again, everybody. If you missed my live from this morning, you can go check it out. It'll be under the live tab. And if you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you're made aware when I go live and I do updated reads. You don't miss nothing, and it's free to do. Shout out, Zafira, hello. Petunia, hello. Sharon Parker, hello. Nana, hello, Nana. Hello, everybody. So we are able to watch the hearing today, you guys. We will be seeing it live. I've got it up and waiting. So as soon as it starts, I will put it up on the screen. Hello, Kate, and thank you. Yes, please smash that like on your way in. After smashing that like, make sure you've got live chat selected at the top of your screen. 21 people, only 12 likes. Come on, you guys, smash that like button. It's free to do. And as you can see, hello, Charissa. You can see here again, this is just some of the stuff that will be in the gift basket that I will be drawing for at the end of the month. So if you give a $10 super chat, you get your name on the wheel. So every time you give a $10 super chat, you get an entry. So you can have multiple entries. So this is the bracelet. I took it out earlier. I guess I can take it out again. This is a bracelet. It's like 3 pieces here. And it joins here in the back. I love this. I'm going to go tomorrow when I go to pick up the rest of my order. I'm going to get another one for myself because I really like it. So this is the bracelet. This is the evil eye. It is, oh, let me just get this. Let me just get this back in the box the best I can. There we go. It's in there. The evil eye, it's believed that the evil eye protects the wearer from harmful energy and negativity and evil. Then we've got the most requested tiger's eye set. This is the necklace. This is the crystal, and this is the pendulum. So we have that. And we also got the bracelet. There's the tiger's eye, the black obsidian, and the hematite, all protection. And also in here we have, oh my God, amethyst and argentine in there. That's all protection, you guys. We've also got the angel wings necklace. We also got a brand new deck of oracle cards. Okay, believe in your own magic. Now you can pull these yourself. You can pull one for yourself each day. You can pull a couple and see what it says. And it also will get you on your way if you want to start learning how to read. I always say start with oracle. They're a lot easier. A lot of it is very intuitive. I'd say 99% of mine I use intuitive. Selenite stick. This you can use to clear all your crystals. You want to do that before you wear these things or use them, especially the pendulum. Clear it of all negative or evil energies or spirits or anything that could be attached to it. It also clears my energy out of it, so you can build your own energy with these. It clears it all that. Use it to clear your crystals, your cards. You just rest them on here, and it clears out anything that would be negative, evil, negative. And it also protects you. I've got one over there. Let me just grab this one that I keep all the time on my desk. I've also got one up in my bedroom. So selenite stick. Everybody needs to have one of them. I will be also adding more things to this. I am going to add, when I go tomorrow to pick up the rest of my order, I'm going to grab, I think she still had some necklaces also with the evil eye. So I will grab that too. So if you want to wear the bracelet, you can wear the necklace with it, like you can do with the tiger's eye set. So I will grab one of them and put it in here too. Also, I'm going to grab a couple of other little things. I hope it's in tomorrow. There's this cute little obsidian piece and it's shaped like a little purse. It's cute. It's got like the little gold handle on it, and it looks like it's cute. I seen it. It's cute. So there's a few other things that I'm going to add to this. Also, I still have some stuff in stock that I will add to this too. I've also got something from Canada that I will be putting in the box too, because I know a lot of yous are not from Canada. So I will put one of our 7 wonders of Canada, and actually probably one of the 7 wonders of the world. You're going to get something from that in the box too. It's a surprise though, but I will tell you that much. It's one of the 7 wonders of the world. So with that being said, we are waiting for this to start. It starts at 4 o'clock, so about 20-25 minutes. Today's a status conference. It's been 2 months since Lori received her triple life sentences, right, for the deaths of the kids, Tylee, Ryan, and JJ Value, and for her part in Chad's wife, Tammy's demise. I'm going to say it that way so I don't have to say the M word. His last court date was vacated just minutes before it was supposed to begin because they wanted the transcripts and all the exhibits from Lori's trial, and the prosecution didn't want to give it up for some reason. I don't know why. But then at the last minute, the prosecution agreed to provide transcripts and the exhibits to them from her trial. Last live, you mentioned a brand new merch line. When does that go live? It's going to be a few days. Tomorrow, I am going to clear everything out. I'm going to keep the pillow, the blankets, the beach towels. And the beach towels are huge, you guys. They're like almost 3 feet wide by like 5.5 feet tall. My sister got 6 of them, actually. So I'm going to keep them. I'm going to keep the mugs and the cold drink little mug things. They're really cute. I've got 2 of them. I'm going to keep them. But all the other merch is all going to be updated, and I'm going to try and get the beanies finally. The beanies. Everybody's been asking for the beanies. Courtney, hello, hello, my dear. Good to see you. Elisa, hello. Good to see everybody coming in. So Chad's trial is set to begin on April 1st. April Fool's Day, but it's not a joke. His trial is actually going to be starting on April 1st, 9 a.m. It's going to take place in Ada County as Judge Boyce granted a change of venue in a motion, so filed by Chad's attorney. So John Pryor is still on the case. The defense is expecting 12 weeks for his trial. Hello, Leslie. Nice to see you, my dear. I haven't seen you in a while. But Chad right now wants also, he's got enough time. He's got till April because he wants to listen to the entire audio of Lori's trial. Everything. He wants to hear everything. And they're still working on some DNA issues, I guess, that they haven't come to agreement on. So they're still working on that. The defense and prosecution has to turn over all discovery by February 1st. And then there's going to be a pretrial conference February 22nd. Now, as far as I know, you guys, everything so far can be live streamed. We know, like Lori's trial, we couldn't live stream it. As far as I know Chad's attorneys filed a motion to allow cameras in the courtroom. So I haven't seen the judge rule on that yet, but I know up until Lori's trial, they weren't live streaming any hearings or motions or nothing. So it's good that we get this today. So the pretrial is February 22nd in the Fremont County Courthouse, and witness and exhibit lists along with proposed jury instructions are all due by March 11th. So they best get their butts on this, right? It's coming up fast. Like I felt like when they changed this from last year to this year, if to next year, it's like, oh my gosh, like that is long, but it is coming up fast. We're already like 10 days into October. Like October is just like just yesterday to me, it was October 1st. So we've got that. Okay, let's see. Let me just make sure I've got everything up here ready to go. So yes, also you guys, another thing I wanted to bring up, not regarding this trial. Hello, Christina. Alicia, hello. Okay, the Brian Koberger thing that I got, I'm going to show you. One of my buddies, thankful for him, messaged me and said, you got to correct that. So I'm going to correct it right here. Let me just see. Oh my gosh, there's so much here, you guys. Okay, let me just show you guys this. Share. Okay, so you see here, this is all the motions and everything for Brian Koberger. Now, I got this order denying defendant's motion to stay proceedings and withdrawing orders staying time for a speedy trial. Okay, so I downloaded it. Let's just download it. Okay, it's not showing up on my screen. Hang on. Let me stop this. Let me just stop that one. Hang on. Let me get rid of that. Oh no, where'd it go? There it is. Okay. Okay, let me share this. This is just while we're waiting, you guys. Okay, so this is what I had reported to you guys. Order denying defendant's motion to stay proceedings and withdrawing order staying time for a speedy trial. Okay. Leslie says, Chad must be quite settled by now. So I should have totally read through all of this because it has been pointed out to me that the court date for October 26th is still going to happen with Brian Koberger. This was signed, even though I showed you it just came out. This was signed, so ordered this 5th day of October 2023. So now I don't know if this means that they have squashed it. I believe reading through this, they asked for more time remember they asked for more time. So the speedy trial, he hadn't waived his speedy trial yet, but they asked for more time. So they added 30 something days. Then they came back again and asked for more time, staying the time for the speedy trial because the 37 days wasn't enough or whatever. This is what the judge said no to. He's not giving you more time on a stay for the time for speedy trial, which means he doesn't have to waive it. So he waived his speedy trial rights, right? Then back in July, back in August, they asked for the indictment to be squashed and thrown out. And this was ordered, and you can see this is going back to August, noon pro tune, to August 18th. He signed this on October 5th, so 5 days ago. So does this mean It's not blurry on my screen. Is it blurry for anybody else? Christina S. says it's blurry on her screen. Hi, Alley Cat. I'm looking at it on my other screen, and I don't see it blurry there either. No, it's not blurry. Not blurry, not blurry. So, Christina, maybe it's just your monitor. Maybe you got to do some tweaking on your monitor or something. So, this to me, as articulated on the record, the issues raised in Koberger's second motion. So, this is the second time he asked for a stay in the proceedings, does not constitute a substantial failure to comply with the procedures for selecting a grand jury. So I do believe that this is now squashed. The issues raised either fall outside the purview of Idaho Code Title 2, Chapter 2, in jury selection and service. Now, I know they said that certain questions weren't asked right. Certain jurors didn't show up for jury selection and all this stuff that they had in there. He's got it listed here. So I do believe that it's been squashed. I could be wrong because they do still have a court date set for October 26th. Now, Crafts and Crime. I heard it was just to clean up paperwork for court documents since it doesn't matter anymore. Yes. Well, there's two here, Crafts and Crimes. There's one, the second motion to stay the proceedings because of grand jury errors. And then another one to request to extend time for the speedy trial. Both have been denied. That's what I'm getting from this. And this was signed on October 5th. And they were asking for this back in August 18th. So to me, it's been squashed. The indictment is going to stand. See down here, Crafts and Crime. Additionally, because Koberger had the opportunity to read the grand jury materials and renew his motion to stay proceedings, and the court having denied that motion and there being no request to extend time for speedy trial under the 37-day stay previously ordered, it is ordered that the order staying time for speedy trial entered on July 7th is withdrawn. So it's all gone. He waived his right now anyway, so I guess it really doesn't matter. So I wanted to bring that up to you guys because a lot of people were saying, no, it's still going through. They've asked for it again. I haven't seen it. So as far as I'm concerned right now, the orders have been made regarding squashing the indictment. And even if the judge did squash the indictment, oh my God, I got some fluff on my lamp. Even if the judge did squash the indictment, that doesn't mean Brian Koberger gets out. They would either reconvene another grand jury or they would have to go for a preliminary. So either way, it stands. They can fight all they want. I know that there's a lot of people out there that are fighting for Brian Koberger. Like I had some in my chat earlier today, and it's like, no, I got no time for that. I wouldn't be surprised if some of these Looney Tunes are the ones that are writing him. I've had to block people on Twitter. He wasn't there. He had no part of it. All kinds of crazy stuff. It's not his car. It's not his DNA. Well, DNA doesn't lie. So it's like, wow. Hello, Summer Dawn. Hello, Joy. We are waiting for Chad Daybell's hearing to start. It is a status conference hearing. So we are waiting for that to start. This is the first time we've heard anything in a long time, right? Let me just check over here. Boom, 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 boom. Back. Okay. Refresh it. I just got to keep refreshing it, you guys, so I can see it when it comes up. So when the video does start, we're about 10 minutes out, you guys. I'm going to ask if you can hear it good to make sure you put a 1 in the chat so I know that you guys can hear it. Sometimes my audio doesn't click on when I've already got my earbuds in, so I'm going to ask that you guys do that. That coffee tastes horrible for some reason. Horrible. Give me 2 seconds, guys. I'm just going to go and add some sugar to my coffee. I don't think I had to order out lunch, you guys, because my morning live went right through until the afternoon. I was only expecting about an hour and it went for a lot longer. So I didn't have time to make something for dinner. So I just ordered something and I ordered a coffee too. And I don't think they put enough sugar. So just give me a minute and I will be right back. And don't forget, these are part of what is going to be in the gift basket at the end of the month. I will be drawing a name from everybody that gives a $10 or more super chat. So if you give $20, you got 2 entries into this draw giveaway. I don't want to say draw. It's a giveaway because I'm giving this away. It's my way of thanking you guys for your super chats, for your donations, for supporting the channel. So this is just some of it. There's more going to be added to it. There's going to be a necklace with the evil eye on the necklace. The evil eye protects against negativity and stuff like that. And I'm going to get the necklace for it too. So harmful energies, evil energies, stuff like that. The evil eye is supposed to protect you from that. So I'm going to get a necklace to go with this set. It's like 3 pieces here, but it's joined underneath where it clasps together. I did show it at the beginning. So if you want to see it, you can scroll back really quick and see it. The angel wings, these are the angel wings that are on the back of all my shirts, sweatshirts, and on the blanket and towels and pillow. They're on there. The tiger's eye set. Everybody wanted me to get another one of these. So you got the pendulum, the crystal, and the necklace. Doesn't do it justice in this light. It's really dark here today, you guys, because we've been getting storms all day. But that's the necklace. An oracle deck. Believe in your own magic. You can pull your own card daily. Teaches you how to read. 90% of it is intuitive, but this will help guide you. And also the selenite stick that you use to clear all negativity, evil, all kinds of stuff from not only your cards, but your crystals, your jewelry. You put it on here and it clears everything out so you can put your own energy into this stuff. So that's just some of it. I will be adding more. Give me a minute now, you guys, before this starts, please, so I can add some more sugar to my coffee. I will be right back. I am back. Okay, let me just refresh this. They will be starting within the next few minutes, you guys. Okay, let me just check something here. You guys are all being good in the chat. It's in Idaho. It is in Idaho. Okay, so we still got 5 minutes, you guys. Hello, Rose. Yeah, that coffee was horrible. I haven't even tasted it, but I added more sugar. Much better. Much better. Vera Ray says, what state? It's in Idaho. No, this is in Fremont County. They're having this hearing. I believe it was in Boise, Idaho, that they're going to be having the trials in Ada County is where they had Lori's trial. But this hearing here is being held in Fremont because it's not a trial yet. The trial has been moved to Ada County. But all the hearings and everything leading up to it will be done. The preliminary or whatever it is that they've got scheduled, it'll all be done in Fremont until it comes time for the trial. And then it will move to Ada County. Yeah, she still has not been taken to Arizona. She filed an updated appeal. She's got another lawyer. I don't believe that they have transferred her to Arizona yet, not from anything I have read. Yes, please make sure you got live chat selected at the top so you don't miss anything. Yes, I think it's going to be different. I'm not a fan of John Pryor either, but he knows his stuff. So it's going to be interesting. And as you've seen, like in Lori's filings, it's like every week there was a couple things that were being filed and bitched about and this and that. You don't see that from John Pryor. So we got that. Sorry for the coffee, guys. I just started with the cold again. I think my mama gave me another cold. Hello, Sarah. I think we are probably going to be able to stream the trial. The trial starts April 1st. Hello, Dawn. So we are just waiting for this to start, you guys. It should be starting any minute. Any minute. Yeah. I will put it up on my screen, you guys, whenever it starts. But so far, there is nothing up yet on the Zoom. So as soon as it starts, we will jump over to it. Only you, Summer. It's true, though. Mark Means was in way over his head. Way over his head. The shit show was entertaining. It's funny, Dawn. There's a little sneak peek for those of you who are in here now. I am revamping all my Teespring store. So everything that's on there, you can go and check it out if you want. The links are all in the description of every video. If you want to go and check out my store, because tomorrow I'm going to remove everything from there except for a few items, and I'm going to revamp it. And one of the sayings that is going to be on the front of one of the shirts, the angel wings are always going to be, here's my angel wings, you guys. I think they are beautiful. The angel wings are always going to be on the back of every shirt. They're going to still be on all the merch. You're still going to have look at my hands. It's the lighting. I got this new light and it's really freaking me out. Anyway, but one of the sayings that's going to go across in smaller letters, so it's not big and bold, it's going to say, welcome to the shit show. And that's for all these cases. So I'm going to have other ones that have different sayings, really nice sayings on the front. And it's all going to be like in smaller letters across the front, you guys. It's not going to be in big, huge, bold letters. It's going to be really almost like, I want to say dainty, but they're going to be really nice. You guys are really going to like them. Yeah, I'm going to have one. Summer says, yes, my shirt is so comfy. Y'all, I highly recommend. Yes, I will still have the same. Well, there's two different kinds of shirts. There's the regular shirts. They're a little more stiff. And there's the premium. So you must have got, well, I mean, even I've got one of each. Whoops. Are we starting? Hang on a sec, guys. I think I heard something. Once it's washed a couple times, it does get nice and relaxed. So Summer says, I will have that one as soon as possible. One of them is going to say, welcome to the shit show. And that's going to be for the coverage that we do on the cases, not the reads. So if you're more inclined to like the reads that I do on the channel, but I do it right from start to finish. I not only do the reads, I follow the case right through until the end by doing exactly what we're doing right now. I've done tons of reads on Lori and Chad. And I go back to them sometimes and I look like back to the very beginning when I said this was going to happen. Everything that was said in the reads, even though it didn't make sense at the time, now a couple years later, it's all making sense and it's all coming to fruition. So it's cool to go back and look at them. And a lot of my older reads, you guys, you will find under the video tab. All my newer stuff over the last year and a half or so, you'll find under the live tab because I started just recording them live. So even my reads, you'll find under all my new reads, you'll find under the live tab because I use StreamYards to do them instead of recording them and then uploading them. It takes way too long. It takes a couple days for YouTube to okay them. So that's why I just use StreamYards now and I do the read and it's automatically sent over to YouTube. I just got to wait like usually about 18 hours and then it's fully there. So that's always good. So we are still waiting for this to start, you guys. It is 5 after 4. Where are they? And I see other people that are covering it. All saying, come on, it's 4:03 in Florida. Where's the hearing? It's coming. It's coming. People are getting a little anxious. Aw. Vera Ray. Aw. Yeah, we got a Vera Ray and we've got a Vera Moy. We do. Here we go. Thank you, Dawn. Everybody is waiting. I am refreshing this. Oh, here we go. Okay, guys. Okay, wait a minute. Oh, come on.
The trial and the length we're looking at based on the.
If you can hear it, please put 1 in the chat.
Timing to get questionnaires done and completed and reviewed as we conduct that portion of the trial for voir dire before evidence. We're scheduled to start evidence on April 1st, and
hang on a sec, guys.
The court would consider.
Hang on a sec, guys. I got something happening here. Hang on. Okay. I've got double audio coming in, so.
Passing out of questionnaires to potential jurors who will then submit those, and then we'll of course take those back for review before we start the actual voir dire. Looking at the calendar, I was considering either 2 weeks or a week and a half. We did it in a week before, and I think this questionnaire, where it's a capital case, may take longer to both review and to fill out. So we may need to have some smaller groups. So I'm looking at maybe starting that process the week of the 18th of March, possibly on the 18th or the 20th. I don't know that we would have really enough time if we took just 1 week starting on the 25th. So that's kind of the first topic I want to discuss, and I just want to get council's input on that. Ms. Blake, starting with the state, what do you think about the necessary time we'll need to go through questionnaires, get those submitted and review them before we can start our group voir dire?
Your Honor, I think the state is in agreement with what's been represented by the court. We would be inclined to recommend that we set a 2-week time period for that. Just essentially better safe than sorry if we get through them a little bit quicker. Otherwise, I think that it may delay the start of trial if we didn't have them selected. So I guess whether we want to be a little flexible on the actual day that we start the trial, or whether we want to come in a little earlier before the set start date, would be in the court's discretion, obviously. But I think if we do 2 weeks, that would be sufficient to make sure we had plenty of time.
Okay, well, I appreciate your comments, and of course, part of that decision affects when we get things set up and are going to be there, and need to coordinate that with Ada County. And I've confirmed that they are available in those timeframes to begin if that's when we choose to start. Mr. Pryor, on behalf of the defense, what are your thoughts on starting with the distribution of questionnaires to a jury pool?
Judge, I agree with the court's analysis, and that 2 weeks is appropriate.
Okay. I will confirm those dates and get back to council. We'll still have a starting proposed date for evidence of April 1st, but we'll look at questionnaire process likely on the 18th of March. So we may submit a supplemental order that covers that. If not, I'll just make sure that council's advised of the dates we'll be doing that. So that's the first issue I wanted to discuss. In terms of our length of trial, assuming we do start evidence on or about the 1st of April, we've got it set through the months of April and May as it currently sits. I just wanted to get an update from the state as to whether or not you think that is still a accurate time frame for your trial, Ms. Blake?
Your Honor, I think the 8 weeks would be sufficient for the state's anticipation of the length of this trial. I think, again, given some of the differences with this one versus the companion case, including that it is still a death penalty case, I think having that longer period of time for the trial is appropriate and would give us enough coverage if we set it for the 8 weeks, not including the jury selection.
Okay. Mr. Pryor, any thoughts on our current scheduled time frame and whether you think that's adequate?
Judge, I agree. The 8 weeks is, at a minimum, is probably the appropriate amount of time. I think Ms. Blake and Mr. Wood are well aware that, at least in this case, the defense is going to put on a defense. And I have a number of expert witnesses, which is another subject we'll need to discuss. So at least 8 weeks would be appropriate.
Very well. We'll keep the trial schedule as it sits for now then. The next matter I wanted to raise involves the access of cameras in the courtroom in this trial. In this case, I'll note that on September 23rd of last year, an order was entered revoking authorization for live streaming the case that was issued in this case and came about as a result of motions made in the companion case. There was a motion filed by the defense, Mr. Pryor filed on September 29th of last year, requesting that we do allow cameras in the courtroom. And the court issued a follow-up order on October 12th of last year and discussed that if these, at the time the cases were joined and they were later severed, of course, in this order, the court mentions that if the court did order a severance of the cases, I would permit the issue to be revisited and would consider that these separate cases may have separate rationale for allowing or disallowing cameras in the courtroom during trial. So without arguing the motion today, because this potentially raises the right of media intervention into the issue, I would just like to schedule a hearing, and the issue would be the determination of cameras in the courtroom for trial. At last posture, the state opposed it and the defense was in favor of it. Has that status changed on behalf of the state, or do you want to wait until the hearing to more fully discuss that, Ms. Blake?
I think I can indicate at this juncture, the state will be maintaining the same position. We can, of course, address it more thoroughly at a hearing on this matter if we end up having one.
Okay. Mr. Pryor, any thoughts on cameras in the courtroom on that issue and scheduling a hearing on that?
Judge, I think it's important that the court set a hearing date on that. Without disclosing a lot of information, I have not returned or responded to the numerous requests from media to pursue a motion like that. And it's quite frankly not my job to represent any of the media people out there that are inundating my email and everything else with requests. But I think at this point, given the fact that this case is going to trial, and I expect the media to probably now jump all over the court's inquiry, we probably better have a hearing and have the matter addressed. Mr. Daybell has not changed his position since I filed this motion, still maintains his feeling about having a public trial, but Judge, I think at the time of the hearing, we'll make a final determination.
Okay, well, let's schedule a hearing then, and I'll want to set enough time that if the parties wish to file any motions in support of or against, what we'll do is it's a hearing to determine whether or not my September 23rd, 2022 order should be amended or altered or left in place. And I'll consider argument on that. So I would think Council, would it be reasonable to look at a December setting for that motion?
Judge, I think that's probably a good idea. Quite frankly, based on the amount of attention I seem to draw on this issue, I can't speak for what the state's getting requests for, but I expect, unfortunately, that a number of media outlets and other folks are going to jump all over this thing, and I think it's going to take some time to properly address it.
All right, I'm just reviewing my calendar. I'm really pretty booked up in December, but I can move things around. I have a little concern, sorry to sit here and get through my calendar. I've got a couple of trials that I think might be happening with Fremont County on the week of the 11th. What about Thursday, December 7th?
Judge, I have a matter on that day that I have to attend to. I apologize, but other than the week of the 4th through the 8th and the 20th, I'm available at any time. Judge, may I interject?
Yes.
Whether the court decides to have cameras or not is not going to change the tempo of how I prepare. I can't speak for the state. So if the issue was even addressed in January, quite frankly, it would just be the media would have to scramble, and that doesn't necessarily hurt my feelings. So if the court wants to push it to January to make a decision, I wouldn't have a problem. I can't speak for this, whether that's acceptable to the state or not, but I'm comfortable going into January on this issue if we need to.
All right, the alternative I'm looking at is maybe move that up a little bit to November 29th.
I'm available on the 29th, Judge.
I would likely be holding this as an in-person hearing as well, Mr. Pryor, just so you know.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Ms. Blake, would that date work for the state?
That date will work fine for the state, Your Honor.
Okay, let's set that then for Wednesday, November 29th. We'll set that at 9:30 a.m. in the Fremont County Courthouse. And that will be a hearing to determine media access to the trial as it relates to the court's September 23rd, 2022 order. If the parties wish to file any motions in support of or opposed to any modification of the order, I'd ask that you submit those by Wednesday, the 22nd, which would be the day before Thanksgiving. All right, we'll get an order out setting that. Anything else to address on that issue, Ms. Blake or Mr. Pryor?
Nothing further from the state, Your Honor. Thank you.
Nothing from the defense, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, counsel, that I think covers what I wanted to specifically address today. Are there any other matters while we're here on the status conference that either party wishes to raise as we get towards the road of preparing for trial? Ms. Blake, is there anything the state wanted to address for the status conference today?
Yes, Your Honor. One of the reasons that the state had wanted to have a status conference is with the last case, and especially when the cases were joined for trial, The court had set a monthly hearing date that we just had a day set aside so that we weren't scrambling to find dates to coordinate with council's calendars and the courts. So we would like to request that the court consider doing that. The state does have 3 motions that we intend to be filing here in the next week or so. And I'm not sure when the first availability for a hearing date would be, but if we could maybe set a monthly date just to have that preserved. So that was one issue. Another one, and I think Mr. Pryor was going to address this as well, but we just wanted to make sure that we had the discovery deadlines, that we were all on the same page. I think there was some confusion or concern on the expert deadlines. We had modified those previously when it was a joint trial. We changed those up a little bit. So I think we just wanted to make sure we were on the same page with those disclosure deadlines. And with the court setting the jury selection, I think we also just wanted to double check if jury instructions, if that's going to affect any of those filing deadlines. Since the official trial start date would be April 1st, but we would be starting some other stuff on the 18th of March. We just want to make sure that doesn't impact the deadlines. And then we also, I think the court was waiting on a stipulation from the parties regarding some DNA testing that had been requested by counsel. In fact, that was the main basis for the severance in this case. It's our understanding that the defense is not going to pursue additional testing. We wanted to make the court aware that the state is not going to pursue additional testing at this time. That has been a little frustrating for the state because we do feel that that was, if not the sole basis, the main basis for the severance. And we're now incurring a second cost of trial, time for court staff and of course the offices involved in this, as well as extra testimony for the witnesses. So it is a little frustrating, but we did want to update the court that it's our understanding that testing is not going to be completed, so that the court is not waiting to see that or a stipulation regarding that matter.
Okay, well, I was not aware of that, so I appreciate you bringing that to my attention. In terms of thank you, Ms. Blake. I'll get to you in a second, Mr. Pryor. I agree it would be helpful to begin with at least monthly set dates for motions. In lieu of trying to dig through calendars today, I'll reach out likely through my staff attorney or through an email to council to get availability. For now, I will intend to hold at least once a month pretrial hearing dates on a standing basis so that the parties have time to argue any motions. We'll start with this November 29th day, and where we've got the media issue scheduled. If the state wants to tag on any other additional hearings on that day, let's do that. If you think you need something before then, contact me, and then we'll go ahead and look at a date for December, January, and February, and make sure that council's all available on proposed dates, and we'll get monthly hearing dates set on the calendar going forward. In terms of the discovery deadlines, it sounds like Mr. Pryor wants to address that and the court's scheduling order. What I will say is I will go back and take a second hard look at our scheduling order and determine if it looks like we need to modify that to accommodate the beginning of questionnaires, for example, and look at other deadlines and make sure that everyone will have adequate time for disclosure. So I'll take another look at the scheduling order and take that issue under advisement for now. Mr. Pryor, is there anything you'd like to address today at the status conference?
Judge, just a firm date on the disclosure of expert witnesses. I will take a little bit of issue with what Ms. Blake said was the reason for the continuance. My recollection is getting discovery just on the eve of trial in terms of DNA evidence was the reason for that, but we're not going to argue about that today. I had to go through a significant amount of time with an expert to make a decision regarding the DNA evidence. So it wasn't as simple as just saying, well, I don't need any more information. So I do need a firm date to provide for my experts and the additional experts that I now have retained. And I'd like a drop dead deadline on disclosure of all witnesses and a discovery deadline as well, so that I can make sure that I have everything to the state so that we don't run into the same kind of problem that we did with the state not getting all the discovery to us on time. So at this point, those are the three things that I would request, Judge. Thank you.
All right, well, with that in mind, for now, the scheduling order will remain in effect. If it appears we need some additional clarification, or given these alterations potentially in the trial start, we need to modify any of the current deadlines. The court will issue a amended scheduling order. If I believe we're changing things significant enough that I should get your input on, then I will allow hearing on that and argument before I just unilaterally impose new deadlines on you. So we'll go back through our scheduling order and see if it looks like it'll suffice for a trial of this magnitude. And in terms of the issue on the further DNA testing, I appreciate counsel advising the court of that. Clearly, with the representation made here today on the record, the only substantive change that has in the case is that would likely then not be considered any cause or good cause for any request for a trial continuance if suddenly somebody decides they do want to have it tested and there's not time before the trial. So I'll take you at your word that it's not going to be tested, and so it wouldn't create a basis for any delay in the case. And we will look through the scheduling deadlines to see if anything else needs to be modified. I'll also make sure we reach out to counsel to get our standing hearing dates scheduled starting with December. And if you think you need a hearing before November 29th, then contact the court.
And Judge, I looked at the court scheduling order, and I'm just a little unclear as to the actual deadlines and what I represented in terms of disclosure of witnesses and that. So if the court could reach out to all parties just to make sure that we all know what our deadlines are, because I'm a bit confused on the scheduling order, but that can be done in another capacity and a different type of hearing if necessary.
Okay, fair enough. We'll look through the order and add any clarification that appears necessary.
Thank you, Mark.
All right, that'll conclude the issues I had today. Ms. Blake, is there anything further the state wish to bring to the court's attention this afternoon?
Your Honor, just one additional thing, and I know the court's directed us to reach out to the clerk, and I'm happy to do that. I did just want to give everyone a heads up on a couple of the state's motions. We are going to be reaching out to see if we can get an earlier hearing date on those. And then that brought to mind, I think last time, I don't remember if it was a formal order of this court, but I think we'd set some deadlines on filings. So if one party filed a motion, I believe it had to be 14 days before the scheduled hearing, and that would give the other party time to file theirs 7 days before. So I just wanted to check if we are going to stick with something similar, just so we know as far as when we're trying to set a trial date that we stay, or not a trial date, excuse me, but a hearing date that we stay within those parameters.
All right, what we can do is incorporate some language that would cover response and reply deadlines in our notices of hearing. So I think it's a good point, Ms. Blake, to make sure that we're not getting hit with voluminous filings just on the eve of hearings, so that everybody is prepared. I'll include language in future schedule of hearings to incorporate deadlines for filing of motions to be heard on those dates, as well as responses and replies. Mr. Pryor, anything else to bring up this afternoon?
Judge, just that I'm a bit concerned Ms. Blake's going to try to get a hearing date before the November 29th hearing. And I would note, Judge, that I'm a little stacked up, and given the holiday for Thanksgiving coming up, I'm not going to be difficult, but it's going to be difficult for me to find some time before the 29th of November to have such a hearing. Knowing that we discussed with Ms. Blake what those hearings are, I'm going to find that problematic. So just so the court's aware of it.
All right, well, I'll leave it up to counsel to contact us and schedule things and try to work together to have a agreed upon date. But if it can't, then I'll set hearings for you. So I appreciate the concern there, Mr. Pryor. All right, I believe that'll conclude this portion of the hearing today. As I mentioned before we started, there's also an ex parte issue that the court finds is properly brought by the defense. I will conclude this public part of the hearing, and an ex parte motion will next be heard, which will be sealed in a closed hearing, and the court will allow Mr. Pryor and Mr. Daybell to remain in this hearing and ask that all other parties be excused. So thanks for your attendance this afternoon. Let's go ahead and take about a 5-minute recess to clear everyone out of the courtroom, so to speak, virtually, and then we will continue with the ex parte hearing, Mr. Pryor.
Okay, so there we have it. Thank you, Sarah. You're so kind. Oh gosh. Okay, so not really a lot more. I did take notes this time. So the issue with cameras in the courtroom, I know John Pryor has been fighting for keeping them in the courtroom. The prosecution wants them out of the courtroom. So they're going to fight about that on November 29th, 9:30 a.m. And we will be able to stream that one too. So I will be covering that. So the defense, I read in another filing, they right now, as it stands, unless, like he just said, he might be adding some more. I know so far he's got 6 to 8, not 68, but 6 or 8 expert defense witnesses. And he made it very clear, we are putting on a defense. Vera Ray, what did the ex parte motion? What's the ex parte? That means that the only people, it's done like almost like under seal. They don't want the media. They don't want any of the normal people like me and you to see it. It is just the defense and the judge and the prosecution that are in on that. So it's probably stuff that is under seal that they're going to be talking about. Now, John Pryor wants a motion set, deadline set for all expert witnesses and all lay witnesses. And I get it, because some people may think that he's being picky, right? But I want to know at least 8 weeks before trial what experts the prosecution are going to call, so I can act accordingly on our end. So if they're both told, okay, April 1st is the trial date, February 15th, you got to have all your lists of expert and lay witnesses in. That gives you enough time to, rearrange things, maybe set a motion to add somebody else because maybe something else was brought in with that they weren't aware of. It could be some discovery issues or whatever with a witness. It's a whole big finagle. So that's why I'm going to have on one of my new shirts that come out, welcome to the shit show. Anyway, so he wants the discovery deadline set for expert witnesses. The judge is going to take all that under advisement. He's going to go over the scheduling order that has already been set for some time. And he's going to see if it needs any tweaking. And both sides are to look at the scheduling order and see if there's anything in there that they need to be tweaked. So the state doesn't want cameras. The defense seems like they still want cameras. I think John Pryor is kind of playing off the backs of the media type thing. Like, we're not interested in appeasing the media. We want this, so it's transparent. It's this, it's that. And not for the sensationalism that, the media wants it for and blah, blah, blah. Like, he's trying to downplay it, so maybe he has a chance of getting cameras in the courtroom. That's just my theory on that. When he says he really doesn't give a crap what the media thinks. Well, if you don't give a crap about what the media thinks, that means you don't give a crap about the media getting it out to normal citizens, everyday citizens. So in other words, it's like, why else would you want these cameras in the courtroom then, if you don't want this to be open and transparent? So it's like a double-edged sword he kind of used. The way he talked about that, I don't care what the media, you do care. You do want the media to broadcast this. So it's like he's kicking himself in the butt, like he's, I don't know. He's double talking. He's talking out of both sides of his mouth. On one side, he's saying that he wants open and transparency. He wants it, anybody that wants to tune in and listen to it to be able to see it via media. And then on the other side, it's like, well, the media has been blowing up my email, and I really don't care if the media is happy or not. You know what I mean? So he's very contradictory in both those statements. You want the media because you want the transparency, but you really don't care what they think. You know what I mean? You can't have it both ways. So you either are with them or you're not. So I can take this earphone piece out now. It's killing my ear. So, I mean, that was kind of odd. If you want to know what I picked up on that, which I felt was odd, that was odd. Yeah, and the trial date being set for April 1st, like April Fools. No, it's not. Yeah, hang on just a second, guys. Thank you. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. So yeah, it's like a double-edged sword that he was kind of, yeah, right. It's not Burger King. April Fool's Day for the chat. Yeah, we can get them. I've said this to my sister. Certain men want to feel like kings. Well, we'll go to Burger King and get them a Burger King crown. There you go. So thank you for that, Sarah. I appreciate you. Let me just go over here. What else did I write down? Yeah, the ex parte it's done without an audience, without the gallery, because they're probably talking about something that has been sealed. Yeah, he's saying he didn't care what the media issue was. But anyway, the trial, they are voir dire. They're putting 2 weeks aside for voir dire, that is selecting the jury. And what the prosecution had said was that they want to set it for 2 weeks. And if by chance they get, say, a jury in a week, then they can start the trial a week earlier. I don't know how well that would go over with some people. Well, they did say Ada County was ready to go at any time. So as long as Ada County would be set to go a week early, maybe that could happen. So, and then the trial is expected to last 6 to 8 weeks, you guys. So can you imagine poor Willow over here, if this trial runs for 8 weeks? Oh my gosh. I would do it for you guys. If you wanted me to cover it, I would do it. But what I would do would be have to, unless there's days off during the week, I would have to get it up, get it running, let it run while I went out and did errands and stuff like that I had to do, because I cannot sit here every day, Monday to Friday, for 6 to 8 weeks. So that's what I would have to do, and rely on my mods big time to keep things in check. So I will discuss it with my mods too. And I do, Vera, I have a heating pad. I got a new one, which I just love. I've got a big one that I keep upstairs, but this one here, I can actually show you it. I found on Amazon, and I was really iffy on it, is this one. And what I like about this is it's not just one solid pad inside, it's coils that go back and forth like this. It's actually pretty wide, but I've got stuff on my desk. You can roll this up around a knee. You can fold it in half and put it around your neck and shoulders. That's what I love about this one. And it's got the flat piece instead of that big chunky piece. This is really flat. So you can use it for steam also. So dry heat or wet heat. Well, not dripping wet, but oh my God, I just love it because my other one, you can't roll it up like that. It's got like a big piece inside, like this big rubberized piece inside that doesn't really have any bend to it. So I really like this one. And the one my sister got me is very similar to this. And it's a smaller one. It's about this big, but it has things that come up on it. So you can wrap it around you when you're driving, plug it into your cigarette lighter or whatever. So that's going to be good for when I'm doing my long trips. Finally got my passport renewed. Just got that last week. So I will be doing I was hoping to get it a lot sooner, but I didn't. So now come springtime, unless I get my 4x4, which I've been waiting for, then I would take a trip to go see my sister because she's only 4.5, 5 hours away from me. So she's in Jersey. So there she is. Yay! So I may just take a winter trip if I get my 4x4. I still have not put the winter tires on my car. I've got a Hyundai Elantra, go figure, same as Brian Koberger. And I want to get a Jeep again because I had a Jeep before that. Well, I had a Mazda and then a sports car, a little sports car, which was, I don't know what I was thinking when I bought that. Probably like a midlife crisis type thing. I wanted the sports car, but now I've given that to my son to use. It's still under my name, but I've given it to him to use, and I got this Hyundai. Now I'm kicking myself in the butt, and I just want to get a Jeep back, so I'm not stuck in this snow that we get. We usually get anywhere from 10 to 12 feet of snow during the winter, and this winter is going to be a bad one again, so it's going to be like one of those winters where over the course of the whole winter, we're going to probably get 18 to 20 feet of snow. It's supposed to be a really bad winter this winter. So I want a damn Jeep again, 4x4. I'm not getting stuck. So if I do get that, I would feel a lot better on the roads with it. Need seat cushion for desk chair. Yes, I got one of those too with the little hole in the back for my spine. I'm still waiting on my MRI for my spine, you guys. The last CAT scan set showed that it's gotten a whole lot worse. So I may be looking at my back surgery finally. I've only been putting it off for about 20 years. But I mean, it is what it is. You got to take the good with the bad and just keep a rolling. So I may be in a vertical position, horizontal. What is it? Horizontal, vertical, horizontal position doing the lives next year. But hey, it is what it is. We'll make the best of every situation. So with that being said, we've got another entry for this giveaway. Like I said, I will be adding more to this. I'm going to add the necklace to this. I will go in. She's open again tomorrow morning at 9. So I will run in there after I pick up my groceries tomorrow and get the matching necklace for this, and pick up the other stuff that is in. And I've got a few other little things that are in tomorrow. So while I'm down there, I will pick them up too after I get my groceries, and then get back here and start working on my new merch. Wouldn't give up my Jeep for anything. No, it's like I went and test drived one. Where is it? Let me see if I can show this without showing my address. Yeah, I can't show it without showing the address. But anyway, 2018 Jeep Cherokee Trailhawk 4-door 4x4. But when I started looking into it, this is the year that they were having a lot of transmission problems with them and transfer case problems. The transfer case is what changes from 2-wheel drive to 4x4. So Summer Dawn, it's not on the website yet. I will be getting it all cleared out tomorrow and setting it up. I don't know how much I will get set up tomorrow, depending on how long it takes me for groceries. then I got to stop. A couple doors down from me is that store. And we all know Willow gets in that store and it's like I'm in there for an hour and then I come out $300 spent minimum. So I got to stop there, get back, get my groceries and everything put away, get that done. And then what else did I have to do tomorrow? Let me just see here. Oh, I've got a read that I've got to do tomorrow. The Teespring thing to do tomorrow. And I've got a new read that somebody wants me to do tomorrow. Also somebody else hit me up on Twitter. Let me just bring that up quickly and I'll tell you what that's about. I just seen it today. Okay, so he's got a pretty big following over on Twitter. And he said to me, let me just find it here. Above and beyond Ancestor reading, have you heard of the serial arsonist targeting sober homes in Bakersfield? So that's California, I believe. Victory Outreach last year, October 6th this year, October 7th, the Dream Center. The only difference is this time a child passed away. I can count 2 other fires at sober homes in Bakersfield last year. So I don't know if he's wanting me. I see there's a message here now. Oh, that's from Matt. Let me just see. Okay. So this guy is at work right now. So he said that he wants to message me when he's home from work. But this guy's got a really big following on Twitter and he reached out to me. So I'm thinking that he's probably wanting me to do a read on it. So if that's the case, I will be probably doing a read on that also. So, oh, you're welcome, Molly Cat. It's so good seeing you again. Yes, keep a watch out. Yeah, and that's what went on mine too. Well, it went and it cost me like $3,800 to get it fixed. So I said, screw that. I'm going to trade it. And I was going to get a newer one. But then I ended up getting the Elantra and it's like, ugh. So, yeah. So don't, you can check tomorrow evening, Summer. It might be on there. I'll try and get that one up first just for you. Just for you. So, music cushion for the deer. Yeah, that's what it sounds like. This is the first I've heard about it. He brought it to my attention. I seen it come up in my notifications. So he's reached out. So, and like I said, he's not just, a newbie on Twitter. It looks like he's been around for a long time. He's got a very good following. So if he asks me to do it, then I will do it. You're welcome. Just for you, Summer. Do I have your email, Summer? If not, email me, please. So I have your email address so I can, there's something I want to tell you in private before ordering that, okay? So just email me, just say, hey, Willow, you wanted me to email you, just so I got your email address so I can shoot you out an email and let you know if I've got it up. And then there's something else I want to tell you also. So with that being said, you guys, we really didn't find out a lot. See, look at it. This is why I don't like these lights. Look at how it looks like I've got white glitter or something on my, look at, ooh, on my hands. Huh, that's funny. Look at, cross my fingers. Looks like I got white paint or something. You see my bones? You see my bones? Ooh, look at, you see my bones in my hand. It's magic. It looks like when your hands are red and you tighten your fist, you get these white knuckles. That's what it looks like. Look at, but it's not. It's a special light. You can see my bones. Look at, see? It's a Halloween thing. No, I'm just joking. I don't know what's making that do that, you guys. So don't take me seriously, please. But that's kind of what it looks like, right? That you can see the bone. Because look at it, looks like it stops here where my finger bends. And then when I do this, you can see up here. See? Oh, no. Whoops. Not that finger, Willow. See? Look at it. Weird. Your car came today? Good. I will FaceTime you in a bit so you can take me on a tour of it. So, with that being said, you really sound French today for some reason. Pourquoi? That happens a lot when I speak a lot of French during the day. So, and I didn't today, really. I was on live. So, but anyways, you guys, I will let you go for now. I'm going to end this like I always do. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. It's free. Hit the notification bell. It's free. Give this video a like. It's free. If you want to join memberships, there's a link right down here in the description. Also, what else was there? Oh, yeah. You can enter to win one of these at any time by using the super thanks down here for the replay crew. With that being said, you guys, please take care of yourselves. Please stay safe. Always be aware of your surroundings. I love you guys to the moon and back. Bye-bye for now.